I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. At a Senate Democratic press briefing on Tuesday, Senator Tammy Duckworth spoke about reproductive rights. The Illinois senator said that Democrats would not give up when it comes to fighting for national abortion protections. This comes as a leaked Supreme Court draft opinion revealed Roe v. Wade could be overturned. Amid Republican attacks on the economy, inflation, and the border, Democrats have sought to make the right to choose a key issue as midterms approach. Take a listen to the progressive senator's remarks.
Thank you. I want to emphasize one of the topics that Senator Stabenow has brought up. Even though it is disheartening, we still have to have this debate about whether women should be in control of their own bodies. I am proud to be here with my colleagues to reiterate that Democrats are not going to give up when it comes to protecting reproductive rights, no matter what. Despite previously repeatedly affirming a person's constitutional right to make their own reproductive decisions, the Supreme Court appears to be on the verge of taking away Americans' rights for the first time in history. Overturning Roe won't just put women's rights at stake, it would put so many other rights at risk too, including the rights of families that are trying to have children. You know, laws like the recently passed Oklahoma bill that does not provide, as far as I can tell, an exemption for IVF procedures. They define a fertilized egg as the beginning of life, which means that doctors who, for example, take 3 fertilized eggs and call 1 or 2 that is not viable to implant the single viable egg in me could be sued under these laws and could be convicted of performing an abortion. This is wrong. Because of IVF, I got to experience the joys of motherhood. But with the systematic decades of work that MAGA Republicans have done to undermine Roe and to take away women's autonomy over their own bodies right now, a woman's right to access basic necessary health care is on the line. And I've heard so many of my Republican colleagues say they aren't going to outlaw fertility treatments. Well, the Association of the American Society of Reproductive Medicine last week sent a very urgent bulletin that says, and I quote, "Measures designed to restrict abortion could also curtail access to family-building treatments on which our patients rely to build their families, and that," unquote, "and that could put these doctors who perform these procedures at legal risk." Illinois is already a state where women will drive 1,000 miles to come to us for reproductive choice, and we welcome them. We welcome women who come as far as Texas to Illinois to either obtain an abortion or get whatever help they need. They have to do that because some politicians, especially MAGA Republicans, are putting women, especially women of color, women who are on the lower end of the socioeconomic spectrum, in jeopardy by working to outlaw abortion because they're the ones who will lose access first. So let's be clear. Shame on people who think it is beyond the pale to regulate firearms. Shame on my colleagues who won't vote to end the gun show loophole, but find it totally fine to regulate our uteruses. I refuse to let my daughters grow up in a world with fewer rights than I had, and I won't stop working until we codify Roe v. Wade into law and ensure reproductive freedoms are protected for all women. I am proud that Democrats, and it is Democrats, not MAGA Republicans, who are standing up for women. And I'll hand it now back to Senator Schumer.
Thank you, Senator Duckworth, for, as usual, your eloquent and heartfelt